Hello.
Hi.
Finally. This
Finally.
almost didn't happen.
Girl, it really did not. I was going to say, okay, sorry, everybody. I know I keep telling you, I'm promising you Viola Davis. And you're like,
Viola
well,
Davis is 54. I'm in a whole different generation.
no, this has been a whole new experience, I feel like,
Oh
trying
my
to
God, the
learn how to do all
stress.
this. I'm used to showing up with a camera and a microphone. You know, this is different. But this is
Hmm.
great because it allows us to all talk about this at once. I know we have some people here on one side who haven't seen the episode yet, and some people who just got done live tweeting it with you, and their minds are blown. So I want to ask you what it's like. You guys are back. It is now the final 6 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder. How are you feeling? What did you feel like the reaction was on Twitter tonight?
You know what? I haven't seen the reaction yet. I always wait until the shows are over. But this has been the long goodbye. It really has. Saying goodbye to the characters, saying goodbye to the actors, saying goodbye to the experience. That's what it's been. And like any goodbye, like anything, when they say that hindsight is 2020, you look back on it with a whole new appreciation. I think we made good TV these
I
last 6 years.
I think y'all made some great TV, some groundbreaking TV. When you think about the legacy of How to Get Away with Murder, what do you think it'll be at the end of the day?
Bold storytelling where everyone had a seat at the table. Everyone literally, I think, felt represented. The LGBTQ community, absolutely. Black women, all women of color felt, included, Hispanic women. Um, I think some really hot button issues were explored, like sexual assault, sexual
Mm-hmm.
abuse, restorative justice, um, bold storytelling that represents the new audience out there, not the new audience, the American audience. That's what I
Exact,
call it.
but a fully inclusive American audience. Like this was a show that was
Absolutely.
talking to everybody. And I mean, you had some legendary, some iconic moments. I think of, 9 words that happened, 9 words that were spoken. Um, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, and in that moment, that was the first time we got to see Annalise really, peel all her layers back. And we got a call back to that in the episode tonight, where she is taking the makeup off again, taking the
Yeah.
wig off, starting her new life. How real are these last, 6 for some, but 5 for the rest,
You know
episodes going to
what?
get?
We can't get any more. As once we peel off one layer of real, we can get even more real. Let me tell you something. I want every woman out there to feel represented. I feel that Annalise represented womanhood. And womanhood has been so limited in the past. You feel like if you're not a size 2 and blonde, blue-eyed, which is beautiful too now,
Hmm.
then you're not included in the arena of femininity and complexity. Um, I never want my art to represent that. I want my art to represent you, me, my mama, my aunties, everyone.
And the big part about Annalise too is that Annalise didn't always have to be, quote unquote, likable.
That's
Annalise
right.
got to be real in her emotions and her struggles. And we see that even from the beginning of the season where she goes to rehab finally, and we get to see her start unpeeling some of that. What has it been like getting to play a character that's not likable?
I love it.
Always.
I love it. You know what? In the past, I always feel like if I didn't have an apron on and a baby on my lap, and I wasn't very maternal, then I had no value. I think that we have to be allowed to have our mess as women.
Yeah.
I don't think that it makes us any less valuable. I think it makes us very human. And there are days when you just don't feel like it. And there,
Hmm.
are parts of ourselves that, you know, are not finished. And then there are parts of ourselves that are very unapologetic. Sometimes Viola Davis herself wishes I had the courage to not be liked. Then I could create some really definitive boundaries in my life.
Right? You sometimes wish you could be like, no, that's not how this is
No.
going to go down.
And let me tell you how I'm going to say that no.
Well, how have you have you rather learned how to say no in your own life? I don't know if necessarily by being in this role or just by going, forth as a woman and going forth in your career.
Well, you know what? This character has helped me in a lot of ways to tap into those parts of myself, yes. But you know what? Getting older helps you to say no.
Yeah.
It really does, because, not to get too morbid or too deep, but you don't feel like you have the time for it, and here's the thing, you feel like you've earned that no. When you're younger, you apologize for so many parts of yourself, especially women. We come into a meeting 2 minutes late, we're sorry. The house is not perfectly clean, we're sorry. We put a little bit too much salt in our collard greens, we're sorry. I think that there is a time that you got to put down the apologies and let your no mean no. I think it's a coming into yourself. I've come into myself.
Well, we have enjoyed being on this ride with you and being on this ride with Annalise. And I even see Conrad here in these comments. So your How to Get Away with Murder fam has, I'm sure, also enjoyed going on this ride with you as well. How are you guys keeping in touch now? I know you guys actually wrapped in February. So how are y'all keeping in touch after the show has been over?
Well, it's hard to keep in touch with anyone during this pandemic. I find that, every once in a while I'll send a text message, but I haven't really kept in, I feel like I've been underground like everyone else. It's hard to even exchange niceties and, and this past week I've definitely shut down. So it's almost like this show is a really good distraction, but there is an underground quality to my life right now.
Well, I feel like to a lot of us, in the same way that a lot of people are spending a lot of time like Zooming and FaceTiming and stuff with friends, there is also this time for just like, being with yourself and this self-care, because this is a really weird and scary and just uncertain time.
Yeah, but yes, it is. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, there's some things, with the alone time where you come face to face with some parts of yourself, after working so many years and so hard on TV, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's some parts of my life that I haven't paid attention to.
Yeah.
And, but I have to tell you, it's very important for me at this time to have conversations that don't exclude what's going on right now. I mean, there are some beautiful things that have happened with just hunkering down and being connected to your family and friends in a totally different way. But as an empath, my heart aches for what's going on right now. It totally is completely broken. And I don't know how to include that in anything I say or do. I really don't.
It's really tough because, we spend the majority of our days as journalists talking about, unfortunately, a lot of really horrible stuff. A lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of people losing their livelihoods. But then at the same time, we get the opportunity to talk about all the good things that people are doing right now to try and help each other and making masks for each other. Christian Siriano, he's making all these masks for the healthcare workers.
It's awesome.
So it's this weird thing right now where it's, like you said, like this show right now is a good distraction for, I think, a lot of people to take, an hour out of their lives and spend it in, your world, spending in Annalise Keating's world.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I always want to be a great distraction. I always absolutely, at the end of the day, want people to be entertained. But, it's a part of me that's the artist. I also want people to be tuned in. Mm-hmm. I think so often we use that word escapism to the point that it's just taken on a whole new meaning. It means we want to escape ourselves. We want to escape each other. We want to go to the land of Wizard of Oz. There is some really huge, enormous issues that have been revealed in this world. I think that there have been enormous issues that have been revealed even in the past 4 or 5 years certainly have been reflected in the show. And until we lean in and really dare greatly to have those discussions, those really hard discussions, none of this change is going to stick. Not even a good change. It's not going to stick. You know, we got to hold it in our hearts. We really do, not to sound kumbaya. But, let me tell you something. These last 5 episodes now,
Oh, okay.
they're going to take you on a ride.
Because, I mean, listen, y'all, every single episode, I always think, okay, what are they going to do? Because we see Annalise, you know, she gets away. And she's gone. She's disappeared. I wonder, how are we going to get back to this mystery? She's gone. She's out of there. She should be good. Every episode could be the end of the story. And then y'all throw something in at the last second that changes everything.
We sure do. And Pete is always saying that I'm the de facto. I'm always the one who gives away the plot line. And I always want to prove him wrong. I was that kid, too, when I was younger. If you paid me a quarter, I'd tell you deepest, darkest secrets to someone.
Well, I just got a roll of quarters from Target. So let me just ask you.
I wish I were different. But I am telling you, what a magnificent job they've done with the last episodes. I mean, just, like I said, it is like Pete took all of these fireworks and put them in a box and said, what would happen if we blow them all up at the same time? And that's what he did. He blew them up. I feel that the last episodes are almost a love letter. It's like now is the beginning of this just great sort of love letter. And at the end, we absolutely earn the end. We earn it. It's earned in every single way, if that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That means also, guys, we're going to get a lot of answers. Because right now we have a lot of questions. We need to know who killed Asher, who killed Annalise, how the heck is Wes alive?
Man.
When did Pete run all these questions by you and all these answers? Did you know, like, leading up to the final episodes, or did you find out as it went along? What do you prefer?
You know what? I used to be the actor that said, I want to know everything. You've got to tell me everything because I've got to prepare. And now, I don't know, not so much.
All right.
You know, and I think maybe part of the reason is with doing television, maybe it makes me feel more alive. You know, there is a part of you doing TV, 15 episodes for 6 seasons, that you always want to be challenged. Even though you're going back to the same job, there is something about the mystery and the surprise of a storyline that makes you feel alive as an artist. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I have 8 to 10 days to make this work. And it makes me feel like I did when I was an acting student doing improv, you know. So I like it. And there was one thing he ran by me.
Okay.
And I think I stared at him for a good 10 minutes. Now, what he does not know is I was thinking to myself, Pete, I think you may be crazy. I think you may be crazy, Pete. There's something wrong up there.
Because, I mean, y'all have been in some dark places, so I feel like it would take a lot to surprise you right now.
Oh, no, this surprised me.
Really?
I was surprised. I think my jaw was stuck unopened for a good 10 minutes. This was a surprise.
Well, Pete has told, reporters that there are some, oh, wait, what did Conrad say there? We don't know what's going to happen in life, so why should we know what's going to happen in actors? That's a really,
all right,
really
Conrad. You know what? And that was one of my big things, too, when we first started. You really don't know what's going to happen in life, so you might as well just find out at the spur of the moment. Although there were some complicated situations that you wish you had a couple of more days to work out.
Yes, of course. I mean, this has been an amazing ride that we've all been on. I was talking to some people earlier. as sad as it is for you guys, I feel like it's just as sad for us viewers at home because we've been on this ride. I was reading back some things from season 1. I was like, oh man, I forgot about that twist and that twist. And we've
You
been riding
forgot
with y'all
about
for a
it.
while.
I forgot about it. There were some people who were killed. I said, oh, that's right. Who
Who
killed
was that
him?
for you? Because I forgot a little bit of the details about how, like, I remembered how Rebecca and Lila died, kind of.
Oh,
But
I
there were some
remember Rebecca.
things.
That one I remembered because that was the plastic bag and that was Bonnie. But I did not remember Denver. I
Oh
was like, oh,
yeah.
that's right, Denver is dead. And I was like, I think the governor killed Denver.
There's been so much. Do you think at this point, Annalise said something, I think, in the last episode about how she does not have blood on her hands. And at this point, she does not. Will Annalise end up with actual blood on her hands? Is she going to be a real murderer by the end of this series?
Now, you know, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that.
I know, but I was hoping if I sent you, like, I already put it in the mail, that whole roll of quarters, Viola, the whole thing.
You know, let me tell you something. Annalise is a hell of a character, with blood on her hands or no blood on her hands. You know, Pete Nowalk dared to write boldly for a woman of color. Yeah. He decided to just blow the lid off of everything that society and culture has ever said about us, everything that this entertainment industry has ever said about us. He took my apron off and, you know, took off all of those sort of stereotypes. And he made her a whirling dervish of womanhood with no boundaries, no stigma, no labels. And by God, by the last episode, he rides her right into the ground and off into the sunset in such a beautiful way. I really, really do. I cannot wait for people. I can't wait to hear the reactions of people when everything is over.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the best.
All right, so it sounds like there's a happy ending, even if it's not, you know, happy in the traditional sense.
Well.
Oh, maybe it is. Okay, see, I love that. I was going to ask you, you know, what you thought was, you know, what would be a happy ending for this group. But I feel like y'all get one to some extent.
Well, you know what? I don't know if I'm into happy endings. I'm into great endings. You know, I'm into great endings. I think happy endings sometimes can be a manipulation to give the audience sort of what they want, but in a way that's pat, in a way that maybe is not a realistic trajectory for the character. But I think this is going to end exactly the way it should. You know what? It ends perfectly. That's what it is. With all of it, it makes absolute sense. And you know what? This whole show, really, at the end of the day, is the brainchild of Pete Nowalk. Now, mixed together with a lot of creative things that we've all done, that we've all fed him ideas. And he has been so open and so wonderful enough to receive them. Because a lot of times people don't. So, yeah.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say.
No,
you can't tell me.
That's a great answer. I'm very happy. I love the surprise that you guys always bring us every single week. So I'll be honest, I don't want it spoiled either. We can talk again after the finale. Like, we don't have to rush it. But I do want to tease a little bit for fans what's to come next week. I know some people on the West Coast haven't seen it yet. So maybe cover your ears, guys. I don't know what to say. How can you tease without spoiling it?
Oh, without spoiling it? Oh, okay, because I know what this is. There is no way, absolutely no way, you're going to guess it.
Perfect.
It is not even in your lexicon of how to get away with murder info history. You cannot even begin.
Well,
is that good?
No, I think that's great because it's weird. I have questions, but I also, you know, like there are things that happened in tonight's episode that I don't really want to spoil for the West Coast viewers, but some people that like make some choices
that are questionable.
Yes, that are questionable,
Yeah,
but
but
also
we always make choices that are questionable. We're all crazy. I mean, all of them. I mean, listen, I could say that Annalise is crazy, but there's a part of me that feels everyone is crazy. Now, we actually get together on set, and there are times, there are times when we will try to say which character is the most messed up.
uh-huh.
I think we've all won. I think we all got the trophy. I really do. Yeah,
That trophy from season 1 that, by the way, I had forgotten about. I had forgotten all about the trophy. I don't know how that was.
See, I got the trophy in my house, so
where
have
do you
not
keep the
forgotten about
trophy?
the trophy. In my office.
Yeah. Did you take anything else from set?
I did.
Oh.
You know what? I probably took too much, but I took an amazing painting. I did. I took one. It's beautiful. Almost of these two black women in this field, and they look like they're flying. It reminds me of that book, People Could Fly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Based on, African folklore, African American folklore. So I love it. It's beautiful. And yeah.
Hey, you gotta have the mementos because listen, you are the star, you're a producer. You have, I mean, thank you for giving us, so much to chew on here with Annalise. And I know that we're kind of like winding this up. So I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk to you about other than, we talked a little bit about how people are watching this show to, take some time, take an hour away. What are you watching right now? Is there something that you've been binging, something you've been, apparently a few things.
Well, no, not really. Well, I have a 9-year-old.
Okay.
Did I tell you? So I've had to watch National Treasure with Nicolas Cage. So I've watched those 2 movies. I've watched Who Killed Malcolm X. I've watched the Miles Davis documentary. Awesome, both of them.
Good.
Absolutely awesome. I forget, I'm into my murder documentaries.
Of course. You have to.
But you know what? This cold case, on Netflix that Danny Glover is, it's fantastic.
Okay. I haven't done that one yet. Did you do Tiger King? I guess I should just ask.
No, and I was about to click on that one also. I was about to click on that one. And wait a minute. I am going to admit my guilty pleasure.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Braxton Family Rules.
Oh, the Braxtons. I mean, they are quite a crew. And now we have to figure out how to find out for them to know that you love the show because you need to just pop up in there.
And my daughter has been doing Legos, so I've been helping with her Legos too.
Well, I was thinking that there's a new National Treasure coming. So maybe she can get in that because we already know she's got that acting bug. She did a great job in Angry Birds.
Yeah, she did. She did, but I don't think she wants to be an actor. I said, Genesis, we could take acting lessons if you want to, just for fun. This is, of course, before the pandemic. And she's like, absolutely not, Mommy. No.
She's like, we're good. Thank you. Keep doing
we're
your
good,
thing,
Mom. I'm good. No.
Well, I hope you enjoy your Braxton family values and your family time. Thank you for taking away some of it to spend with us at Variety.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry I messed up. You guys, let me tell you something. My brain cells are dying. I am so proud of myself that I actually got on this live.
You're so proud of you. I'm so proud of me. But also, I was sweating. This is not shine from my
Well, you look wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah. As do you. We're keeping ourselves together in this pandemic. We are trying to self-care.
Yes. I've worked out. Let me tell you, I'm doing really good.
Good for you. I need to work out. Have you done Debbie Allen's dance class yet?
I started that today. Oh my good. I gotta ask her what her secret is. I'm like, I know, does your neck or your knees or something hurt? Something's gotta hurt.
I was very, very sore the next day. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You should stretch.
Yeah, okay. I
Stretch before
will.
tomorrow. Thank you so much, Viola. And,
Absolutely.
thank you everybody for watching with us and, commenting there. We obviously can't tell you everything, but stay tuned for the next 5 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder and you'll find out all the answers.
Bye-bye.